Hey, everybody, listen. We're gonna do this Married to Medicine recap. It was okay. Nothing life shattering happens. It was an okay episode. I definitely think, as y'all like to say, this was definitely a filler episode. And of course, I got my buddy I'm gonna bring in the building so we can do this recap. We're gonna be in and out tonight. That's why I moved it up a little bit earlier rather than my 8 o'clock time frame. I told him, I said, we might as well do this at 7:30 because this ain't gonna be much of nothing. I hope y'all were in the building last night. The enter with Winter Harris. Is her maiden name. She went back to her maiden name. It was amazing. And we talked a little bit backstage. She is really a nice person. So if you didn't get a chance to see that interview live, go watch the replay. We had a lot of fun, and I'm definitely a snowflake as a result of our interview that we had yesterday. So let me bring my boy up in the building. Hey.
What's going on?
What's up? You ready for this Married to Medicine recap?
Child, I did mine yesterday.
So listen, Philly's in the building. Hey, Michelle.
What's
hey,
going on, everybody?
Yes, Cassandra, see you. Sheila, happy to see you. Mary, hey. Oh, listen, everybody. If you come regular, Toria, sometimes she comes up. Just say a prayer for her. She's doing okay, but she is in the hospital. Listen, say a prayer for her. We want her to have a speedy recovery. So just keeping your prayers on girl Toria. Hey, everybody. Hey, Miss G, I see you. I see y'all. Hey. Thanks for stopping by. And to all my moms, thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. So, listen, guys, we're going to get into this episode. So we start off prayers. Thank you, S Lover. So we start off this episode. They're at the Axe event, okay? They're at the Axe event. Dr. Eugene is still pissed, okay? He's pissed. He wants this apology. He feels like, the men normally don't get this petty and go this low, okay? Dr. Daddy even got into it. He said, listen, all your wives have said stuff about me in the past that has hurt my feelings. But meantime, I got tough skin, he said. He said, I got tough skin. I don't let it get to me. I don't worry about it. Again, he tried to say, as the men, we should not get into the ladies' business. Simone's husband was still laughing. Okay, Cecil still thought it was funny. Dr. K, I'm gonna call him, still thought it was funny. He said, listen, it was a joke. It was funny, and I ain't going to, I apologize that you was hurt and your wife, but it was funny. It was a joke. Like, calm down. Can you take a joke? So, Canilla, how do we feel about this? Do you feel that, Dr. K just went too far with this joke with his wife? Because normally on Married to Medicine, the men usually don't get into the heat of the moment with the ladies. So how do you feel about it?
I'm going to tell you what's funny. Dr. Eugene, I like him, but his wife does this all the time. So she's done this in the past. So now you're getting a taste of what she always done to other people. You don't like it, so you need to sit down and tell Toya to stop. Tell Toya she can't keep doing this, and you won't get this joke again. But if this happens again, you better know I'm laughing. I'm just letting you know.
Hey, Mel, you in the building. What do you want to say about this thing?
Hey everybody, how you doing?
What's going on,
Good.
Mel?
Well, you know what? I agree with Canelo. Absolutely. I think that for so long now, I have a love indifferent relationship when it comes to Miss Toya because at one point I like her and at some point I'm indifferent to her. But when it came to Eugene, I thought he was extra. I thought he was
Right.
doing too much in that scene. I like the fact that here we have this sort of this Indian, whatever his culture is. He was standing in his truth. He was very firm. He didn't
Yes, he
back.
was.
He was
I
not going
like.
to yeah, he was not going to be hazed by the OGs. He was like, listen, this is what it is. Now, did I think the joke was devastatingly funny? Not really. I think the funniest thing was Eugene's reaction at that hatchet thing. The simple fact is that he was acting like Patricia from Atlantic Housewives, basically.
I said the same thing, Mel. I said the same
That's what he was
thing.
at. And then after all, he had all that mouth. He could have been throw that axe. He was the one man in the group that could have been throw the axe. Come on now. Listen, that says something to me. That says a little something to me.
All that mouth. If the men should stay out of the ladies' business, then Eugene was Elena's was in Elena Anila's DM. Yes, yes, right? Exactly. Like so if people should be minding his business, it gotta start with him too. He was being real messy with that. It hurts because they're lying about why they're moving. S lover, you are absolutely correct. They should just keep it real. And then I'm sure Anila and Dr. K wouldn't have made the joke. I agree with you, right? They keep lying about why they're moving. And really, I think I said it the last review. I really feel that Dr. Eugene, he's really pissed at Toya. He is really pissed at their situation. He's embarrassed that they are moving like that because he was like, he took it to heart. He just really took that whole thing too far. It was a joke, right? Okay, you didn't like the joke, but it was a joke at the end of the day. And I don't think it was as serious as he made it out to be.
Yeah.
Because
The funniest thing was Eugene's costume. Go ahead.
I'm going to say because as I lived here in Atlanta in my early, I was about 6 when we moved here to Atlanta the first time. We
Mm-hmm.
moved so much, child. Look, I don't even remember what grade I was in when I went back to Birmingham. They just put me in my right grade, which was fourth. So that tells you, I know moving is, it was hard, but it's not the end of the world. They had a joke because you move every season. That's what your storyline is. We're moving from one house to the next, so they're playing along with you. So guess what? The men usually don't get into it, and it really was that. It was not no drama. It was not no drama situation where he had to turn it into you getting mad.
Right.
Really,
And I agree. And I also think that too, of all people, and I actually don't I again don't I'm not Heavenly's biggest fan, but her husband, he's for all these seasons, I really don't have a bad word to say against men. And he was actually telling Eugene the right thing. He said, listen, I've been in but many jokes, and you won't
Yep.
see me up here stunting and trolling and turning to Patricia. I sit up here and took it like a man. And you know what? This is what is going on. And he didn't really go to that level with I forget the man's name. I'm not gonna call him daddy. I forget the man's name, but Miss Emily's husband. So he said
Right.
that he was right on point in that moment. He just came in like a sniper, and then also Anila's husband. He stood firm. He paid dust, and then he was using the axe in the correct way. He was up there getting the axe on the board. I'm like, okay, so he won.
Yes, he
right?
threw that axe and it was hitting that board, like you said.
Mhm.
Yes, Eugene is mad because the truth hurts. Yes, that's really why
Yeah,
he's mad. He's mad
yeah.
that it's being made a mockery of because it is a mockery at this point. You're going to sit there and say you're building your dream home and then you move out of your dream home only to
Lesson
buy some
here.
more property that is outrageous. They don't need to live in that big house that they're about to build now, right? Dr. A said together Eugene and Toya make over 1 million. Yeah, I saw that on her channel.
Yeah.
All they need to do is buy a home at 1.2 or 1.3 million and live a very comfortable life. Toya wants these $3 to $4 million homes. Let me tell you this: they don't even need a 1.2 or 1.3 million dollar home. If you make over $1 million a year, you really want to get a home that is up to the level of your salary. I mean,
Mm,
come on. If you really want to live comfortable, she could get a home, I'm sure, $500,000-$600,000, and it's going to be a nice home, and it'll
Right.
be fine.
Same
Right?
thing.
You
Look
keep
what,
trying to kill this man is going to have a heart attack. She's going to kill the man. Okay?
yeah, Diva. Look at
Yeah.
Kenya Moore's house. Kenya got that house on foreclosure. Candy got her house on foreclosure. Those two did not pay what Toya and Eugene are paying. I mean, Candy has two houses on one property. And I think she paid like, I forget what everybody said she paid for it. I think it was over like $1 million or something. But come
Candy
on,
has
y'all.
that type of money though, right? Yeah. So wait. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. I truly appreciate it, and I'm glad you love the channel. Thank you so much.
I was gonna
Yeah. Okay, you from Port Arthur, Texas. Thank you for being in the building. They are all in the South. 500 to
Yeah,
750 will be more than enough. Pretty me, Jay, you are absolutely correct. She doesn't need these massive homes. Who's going to
no.
clean the home? You got to furnish this home. You got to take care of the property. Like, are
Mhm.
you kidding me right now? She's just being over the top. And you know what? Eugene needs to put his foot down and tell her enough. But he doesn't seem to want to do that. In Atlanta, there are a lot of beautiful homes within it. Yes,
Thank
I'm
you.
trying to
I
tell you.
know this. I live here. Trust and believe. Toya and Eugene can get a comfortable. They can live up at Alpharetta for at least 700,000 and still have money raking in. And these houses are mini mansions. She will be able to sit there and have a pool and still with a house for she would have $700,000 house and still look at Quad. Quad probably didn't cost no 1 million. It probably was on the cusp of it, but look how she living. She
Mhm.
don't need it, but I mean, I bet you she didn't pay that amount that they're paying for theirs.
But I will
I
remember.
don't know.
I remember
I
one
think they
thing
need
with.
to stop
Oh yeah.
because let me tell you what the true embarrassment is going to be. When they finally build on this property and get into this property, if they have to move out of that one, oh, then the jokes are really going to come because it's going to
Mm,
be over the top. She's
mm,
doing the most. Stella,
mm.
thank you so much for this super chat. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yes, Toya needs a reality check. She needs therapy, a reality check. She
and a
needs
real
help.
check too.
She
She
needs
needs a real
help.
check too.
Eugene's feelings got hurt because his family is becoming a laughing stock on TV. You know what, Stella?
But it's Toya's fault.
Yeah, but
It's the truth.
but Toya and Eugene have to invest, like you said, into a forever home instead of moving around like a military family. Instead of, moving around every couple of weeks or something. And also, and I was going, and I was going to say too, I think when you get on TV, you end up wanting to, put on airs. You want to say, "Oh, I got the best this or shiniest that." And I think that's sort of what the issue is. And I think Toya was right. She is honestly in some sort. She said a couple of years ago that her and Eugene was one of the first people to complete college and get these high salaries in their family. I still think that for her, she has an issue with financial literacy,
We gotta
and
spend the
Yes.
bread.
maybe that's what she has to really work on, and maybe we can see that aspect on the show where her going to a financial coach and saying, "Listen, I'm having all these issues in my marriage. I'm constantly moving around because of my addiction to new homes." And I need to sit down and really work this out so I can find something that works for us without having to impress the neighbors.
Look,
I agree with you. You know what? And the other thing with her is too, after y'all was on TV and went through the whole tax situation,
Mm.
and the moment y'all paid off those taxes,
what
you
did they
had a
do?
huge party. It's like you're right, Mel. She needs help. And you know what though? Eugene needs to say we need help right now. Now he did put his foot down when he had to work all those hours and pay off those taxes. He sat down and told her, listen, our biggest bill is this house and we need to get out of it. Only
Yeah,
to turn around the moment he sent the last check to the IRS, he turned around and bought this massive home. So
yeah.
he's just as sick as her.
Now I will say this.
Uh-huh.
Now they pretended to get up there and spend within their means. That's what the whole premise was. Oh, we found this is right where is right in our budget. But she, like Quad said, she had to go and borrow money from the bank or some friends to build the pool. So, Toya, are you really telling us that y'all really was in your means, or did you overspend and now y'all can't afford it? What is
Well,
it?
we know the true answer, and
Mm,
that's why. I really feel that Eugene was so pissed. It wasn't so much the joke. It was the fact that he already is feeling some type of way about this situation. Curbs, you have entered the building. What do you want to add to this first thing in this conversation? I know
Hey,
you.
Curves.
You know what? Let me take that back. Hold on 1 second. Welcome, Heavenly Angel. How are you, girlfriend?
That's right. Hashtag Heavenly's Angels in the house. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just catching in. I just got out of her investment group, so I'm late. I don't even know what y'all are talking about.
Oh no, we ain't been that
Oh,
long.
well, congratulations on that. We are only at the first.
They're with me. Hi.
Yeah, another Heavenly Angel has entered the building.
I fight alone.
Can I say one thing before we get started?
Yes.
Curves, that interview was spot on. I loved it. That's the side of Dr. Heavenly I love.
Yeah.
That and Royer, you're behind sitting down in there in the troll section. I'm about to be down here in a couple of months. Nobody cares.
Yes, it was a good interview. Okay, so let's get back.
I appreciate that.
So we're on the act scene, right? And you know, Dr. K gives he sort of kind of gave an apology. He's like, listen, I'm sorry if it hurt your feelings, but it was funny. It was funny, and he said, y'all do move a lot. So, and then, you know, they mentioned about how normally the men don't get down with the get down, right? They don't get down with the get down. They usually don't get in the ladies' business. And Dr. Daddy was like, listen, all of your wives have hurt my feelings in the past. And I've grown thick skin. So what do you think about that scene?
Oh, I think that was, I'm sorry. Was that me? I think that was excellent. And Dr. Daddy, as always, the voice of reason, one of the smartest men in the rooms, you know, I love that he had that to say, because the other men, they were saying that it was funny and pretending like they haven't come at the ladies before in the past too. So for him to acknowledge that, yes, even your wives have come at me sideways, but I had to get over it. And basically you have to get over it, period.
Right. Voyer, what do you think about the act scene?
I just think it was very funny how when it comes to Eugene, you know, he wants to get all his feelings, but all through the years, him and Toya have dogged the whole cast anytime they're going through something. For example, when Greg and Quad was going through their divorce, you know, both him and Toya kind of cracked jokes about that whole time, you know, of their kind of separation with Jackie and Curtis when they had their divorce scandal.
That is true.
Even Curtis confronted him at the reunion and was like, you know, if you had such an issue, you should have came to me. It shouldn't have been in the confessionals on national TV. So it's just like kind of like my girl Kerr's been saying, the hypocrisy of it all.
Facts. That is very true.
Roy, you just made.
Put some respect on Dr. Damon Daddy's name. Listen, he called him Daddy so much I forgot his name was Damon. But you know what? We are going to put some respect on his name because he was the voice of reason. He's like, listen, get thick skin. We the men. Eugene, his slip was showing. He lost his stuff. He was all in his bag of feelings over a little Halloween joke, and we need him to pull it together. And he got real girlish because he was like, you know what, we never gonna be the same. I'm like, okay, come on, Eugene. Calm down.
He was
very sensitive. It's not that serious, okay? He's like,
maybe it was his time of the month, like Toya be saying.
Huh?
Maybe it was his time of the month, like Toya be saying.
It was his time of the month, okay? Because he was out of control with it. So let's move on. We go to Dr. Jackie's office, and the Golden Girls are back together again. Yes, or maybe no. Okay, so it's the Golden Girls of Dr. Jackie, Dr. Heavenly, and Dr. Simone, right? And so Heavenly advised us that, you know, she went on an apology tour. She met with Toya and said sorry. She had a conversation with Quad, and she texts Contessa, okay? She texts her. And because, you know, they planning a trip to Vegas. And so Simone was like, well, how are we going to have a trip to Vegas when, you know, Heavenly is fighting with everybody? And Heavenly's like, no. I'm good. I'm good because I don't went on my apology tour. So, you know, we got to talk about this apology tour for 1.2 seconds, right? Wait, remember when Nene and Greg dressed up as exterminators? Yes.
Yes.
That was funny.
That was good.
That was funny. Like you don't get that emotional. It's not that serious, okay?
Right.
So, all right. So let's talk about this apology tour, right? When someone hurts your feelings and just tears you down, all the way down, and they have done a lot. Are we going to be good with this simple apology tour? And do we forget everything that the person said and that they did, and we just move on and go to Vegas with them?
If we on reality TV, we do. We may drag them behind the scenes. So the thing is, for me, I surprisingly was tolerating Miss Heavenly these episodes because she was so muted. She wasn't that same, because I haven't watched last year. So to see her this year, and when I came into the recap early this we did a couple of weeks ago, I haven't seen her in a couple of years. I remembered her, how I didn't like her before. So now when she's doing it now, I'm thinking, wow, she's a little more muted. I'm still waiting for the other person to come up that I didn't like. But she was so quiet. She took the shade when Simone was playing around with her. She took it most of the episode, I would say.
Thank you.
Thank you. But I would say that for me, I think that if she's going to the ladies and she's apologizing. Oh, what happened? Oh, I'm going to pause for a minute. What's going on?
Oh no, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I think that if she's apologizing for the show, I think that the cast members should just play along until something pops up, and then they can do what they do. But I don't think that you have to be difficult. I'm just happy the ladies just sort of took it and just kept it moving, basically. It's not that deep.
Okay. Roy, I know what you're gonna say, but are you good with Dr. Heavenly and this apology tour?
Well, I would just like to say that I believe it was 2 weeks ago. I told y'all that Dr. Heavenly was going to go on tour for an apology, because we got to get it back together. We got to fix what we messed up. I mean, we got to. So my auntie followed through and went on her apology tour, and we back good now. And see, the thing is, this is the thing. Simone loves Dr. Heavenly deep down inside. She is hurt by what she did, and we all know it takes Simone centuries to get over stuff. So she loves Dr. Heavenly. She ain't really mad like that. She was a little shocked that Jackie did that run up on her like that, because she like, we trying to get the double back together. I'm ready for the trio. But the world is ready for the trio. The world is ready for the trio. We need them back together. It would bring the group back cohesively to see the Golden Girls back together. That's our Married to Medicine dream. But yeah, I'm proud of my auntie. She went on her tour. We apologize. We still gonna tear these people up because they ain't our real friends. But we good.
That's right.
You just vested.
How do you feel about this apology tour?
OMG. Dr. Heavenly told us in that interview, she does all her jobs good. Okay, she knows that an apology tour was required after she did the job of bringing drama to us. She needed to do the job of reconciling so we could have a trip to Vegas so we could have some more drama. So she does all her jobs good, and it's over here to her from me, and it was perfect. I do love seeing them together. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm not sure who's Blanche. Who's the Golden Girl trio? So the smartest Maud is Jackie. And then Dr. Heavenly, I guess she's definitely not Betty White. So I guess she would be.
No.
Who was the smartest one in the room on freaking Golden Girls was Stella. The oldest, remember Maud's mom? So Dr. Heavenly, not in age, but in smarts, is Stella. And then Dr. Simone, she could go ahead and be Betty White the way she has to be Blanche, because Blanche be holding on to stuff, but she's not a sex kitten like Blanche. So
no, you see, she's not. I would think that Dr. Heavenly, with all her talking about blowjobs, would be Blanche. And I think that
that's what I'm gonna say, because she talks about sex the most out of all the everybody on the group. That's what I'm gonna say.
Really? You would make her Blanche?
Yeah, I would think Heavenly Blanche.
Yeah, I was, because Heavenly is the one that talks about sex the most out of the whole group.
You see how she was talking about it, and Dr. Daddy was in that confession like, please come on. Don't do this. Don't do this right now. Because she said Dr. Daddy hits the target every time. Yeah. Dawn, where did you go? You left the building? Come back, Dawn. We want to hear what you got to say. So, all right, Canelo, how did you feel about the apology tour?
Now, y'all know I have a love-hate relationship with Dr. Heavenly. I love her, then I hate her, then I drag her, but I always come back to love her. This part right here took me out because I was like, when Simone walked in that door, she was like, what? What's she doing? Then, you know, and Dr. Heavenly like, child, don't just come on in here, sit your butt down and let's get this. I love to see. It was actually, and then what was so funny, Dr. Jackie said, this is how you do an ambush. This is what an ambush is. You make sure you get them both there without nobody knowing. And then they got that, because I thought Simone was going to turn around and run out the door. I thought she was going to run. But it was awkward, but they did get back on track. And what the thing is, Dr. Heavenly and Simone, they may not look like it on camera, but the way Heavenly was talking, her and Simone are good, but, you know, good this far. But, you know, for TV, they're playing nice. But I like it. I loved it.
Yeah, I thought the apology tour was okay. It wasn't enough for me. I needed a little bit more. I needed more than a text to Contessa, okay? I needed more than a couple words on my Android phone talking about you're sorry, okay? With Toya, that little sorry at the Halloween party, okay, you need to stop it. And then, you know, and she met with Toya, and Toya was sitting there like, all right. So, but if y'all are in love with this apology tour, I'll accept it right now, and we're going to move on. So let's go to Anila. You know what? Anila and Toya are one and the same when you think about it. Those two should be thick as thieves because they both don't get it when it comes to their husbands. They're clueless. You got a plastic surgeon as a husband. He is in his office still working. You come to bring him dinner and you bring a whole bottle of the brown liquor talking about, I brought this for you. Girl, do you want him to mess up somebody's face? So she's coming in with the alcohol and the pizza and the kid. And she's doing this storyline of, now her storyline is she wants us to cry the whole season because yes, Curbs, there are two peas in a pod. She wants us to cry the whole season because Miss Gomez left. Well, we're actually happy, okay? We feel like Miss Gomez got freed, okay? Hashtag free Miss Gomez, right? And so she said the kids have been only eating pizza since Miss Gomez been gone. So that poor little boy, what's his name, Avia? He ain't get no pinto beans since Miss Gomez has left the building, okay? So she's feeding them pizza. She act like they're just too much. It's two kids, Anila, and they're not even babies. Come on. It's two kids. They can walk on their own right now. They can feed themselves. And she's acting like she has no control over the situation. She's extremely busy with the blogging. She can't do nothing with the kids around. And then she drops the bomb on him that no husband ever really wants to hear unless the parents need help, right? Unless the parents are, sick and need help. He didn't want to hear that. She wants mama and daddy to move in. He said, give me a straw. Give me a straw because I got to drink this whole bottle of brown liquor. You want your mother and your father, but I think it don't really got nothing to do with the father. I think it's mama. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you want your mother to move in? Because you know why she wants the mother to move in? Because she never really paid Miss Gomez like that. And she's not about to, because anybody else she gets after this, she would actually have to pay them real money. So she does not want to pay nobody. So she's going to get the free labor and have mommy and daddy move into this home. Anila is a hot whole mess. And yes, she is lazy. Okay. So I'll start this out. Curbs, what do you think about Anila, this whole scene, and about mommy and daddy moving in? He cursed. He was like, forgive me for cursing, but I can't even take this right now. You want your mother and your father to move in? Go ahead, Curtis. What do you say about this?
Exactly. I mean, I bet he wishes the cow would come and poop on the floor again and bless the house again because it must have went wrong the first time. If mom and dad got to move in to help you with these kids in this house I built you, lady. And not to, but honestly, Anila, she was spoiled growing up, from what I understand. She grew up super duper rich. Her father was some kind of something. She was so spoiled. So,
so mama said they didn't grow up rich. She said they didn't grow up rich.
She said she didn't grow up rich because the inside information is that she said she grew up rich. So, but the mom was eyeing the construction like, where's my room? Remember when they were
Yep.
Yes, she did.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
Remember? So
Yes,
this
yes.
was a plot from the beginning, and Kiran knows it, and that's why he needs you to pass the straw, because he knew when she was walking around the house that, oh no, this woman wanted a room in here. And now your wife finally said it. Oh Lord, you're gonna need more than a straw. If she doesn't stop, she's gonna end up in another situation like with the damn Toya, because she's gonna run this man into the ground too, the same way that Eugene is getting run into the ground, just constantly working. And remember, Kiran said that they were almost, his office had to close during the.
Yes.
So that means that if the office almost had to close and they overspent on the house, then she might just want to watch her P's and Q's or something so that she doesn't put them in a Toya situation, since they are two peas in a pod.
They two peas in a pod. Let me tell you something. But you know what she's thinking though, because she doesn't want to get a nanny, because she knows we're gonna have to pay them so mom and dad can come for free. So she's a smidgen above Toya, because Toya would have known they broke and would have still got the nanny. But she's like, nah, let mama and daddy come. Let mama and daddy come. And you know what, Fifi? Yes, blogging is the most flexible career in business. She could wait till those kids go to sleep and then do all of her stuff. She is a spoiled, rotten brat. Okay, I'll go to you, Canilla. What do you think about this whole scene? And Dr. Kiran, ready to drink up the whole bottle right in his office.
I will be right there with Dr. Kiran, drinking with him, because his wife got on my nerves. But see, this is the difference between Kiran and Eugene. Kiran will put his foot down on Anila before Eugene will put his foot down on Toya. Oh yes, you didn't remember what he said last year when they was setting up in that house, how he tore her down? Talk about we're not going to put no more money in this house because we're all over budget. And she's standing up there looking like a sick.
But Canelo, did you see the end budget? They put more money in the house.
I know, but
he's Eugene. He's Eugene.
But not as big. Hold on, but
what do they call it? Siamese twins? Both of them.
He may be Eugene when it comes to it, but I'm telling you, you saw how she said when he said this is our forever home. I didn't say this was our forever. He was like, well, excuse me, we're gonna live here for some years before we even decide to move up out of here. What did Toya and them do? He said, oh yeah, they just moved in 2 weeks ago, and now they go on the third week. So I give Dr. Kiran some point. They may live in the house at least 3 years before they move. I give him that. Toya just moved in the house a year ago and already down the street in a rental house. Really?
They a smidgen above them, but a smidgen. Roy, what do you think about this?
One more thing before, because I need to get on Anila. Anila, she's driving me to drink, because them ain't my children. And did you hear Dr. Kiran? Because she was almost about to say, I can't take these children. And he's like, these are our children. We got to take care of them. She act like they're so bad, so she can't really take care of her children. She is really scared that if she take care of her children, she may love them. That's all I'm saying.
Roy, what do you have to say about this scene? Mommy and daddy, they about to move in.
Kiran about to move out. Because he can't handle it. He couldn't handle it when she was coming to visit at their little rental house before they moved into the house. So he's gonna be staying at the office full time with his bourbon and his tools and utensils. Camilo, you had me cracking up the other day in your review, man. I was weak when you was tearing Anila up. But I think it's just sad. Like,
she deserves it. She deserves it.
These are children. Like, what does she expect them to do? Sit in the corner and be quiet all day? Like, you're a whole mom. You don't have a job. Blogging is a job, but you don't have a full-time scheduled job that you have to be at a certain place at this time doing this.
Right.
You know, you have that open ability and the freedom. Somebody said it and you posted it, Diva. She's lazy, just straight lazy. And it's sad. You can't wash clothes, you can't cook, you can't watch the children. What can you do?
She can't
What do
cook.
you do?
They getting pizza. Oh, come on, stop. And didn't she tell that kid she was gonna be able to cook those beans when Miss Gomez was
sure
gone?
did.
She told that kid she could cook them beans and he getting pizza.
Pizza every night.
Look,
and she
those
said we have
beans
had
will be
pizza
based on that pizza every day now. That pizza had the pinto beans.
Messy boo. Messy boo. So Mel, the parents are moving in. What do you think?
Well, I think that when I saw that flashback, if I was Anila's husband, I'd be drinking too. That mother was off the chain. And I was going to say too, it was about as dry as her storyline. I mean, the pizza was definitely not giving anything. It looked cold and dry. And I would say to Anila, listen, if you're starting out blogging, it is a hobby, honey. It's not a career. Your children are your responsibility. So you got to get that together. And you focus on your relationships. I think that for me, Dr. Jackie took a couple of shots at her to watch what happened live, because I think that the women who are not doctors, she was definitely shading on Watch What Happened Live, because he was like, well, who do you think is not really doing anything? And Dr. Jackie said, Anila, Toya, and Quad. She added Quad into that.
She did. She did. I saw that. But I think it was shade.
It was no surprise.
You know, Dr. Jackie, she does that though, right?
Yes, she do.
She throws a lot of undercover shade, but then she tries to act like she's such a class act and above it all. But she throws rocks and hides her hands. But Dr. Jackie has done that from the very beginning.
But that was what Mariah was good at, because for the long time now, for the whole season went past the first one, and I loved Dr. Jackie, but it was only when Mariah kept clocking her every time she tried it that she was like, oh damn, this woman is up here shading us down to the core. Like, if we don't come up in spend 100 years in medical school and talk the way that Dr. Jackie talks, then we are not, perceived as a strong Black woman. I think that you can be a person who have a little edge to your little street to you, but still making that money. And that was something that Dr. Jackie never can get. You can have a hobby that turned into a career. You don't always have to be a medical doctor or this kind of stuff. But I think that when it comes to Anila, the jury is out. I still find her interesting, but I would tell Anila, if she's listening to Miss Diva's show right now, go to YouTube, honey. Look up some pinto beans. Get those kids some pinto beans right now. You know what? As a matter of fact, go get you a can of Goya. Put in a pot with a little oil, some onions, and some garlic, and some chicken broth. You'll be just fine.
That sounds so good right about now.
Listen, I know how to cook. So I'm looking at her. I said, damn, but I need to sit down a frozen pot of some pinto beans for the children, because they want this pinto bean.
They want this pinto, and not that dog pizza.
Not the pizza. Cold is her storyline. No.
Curves, did I come to you? What are we doing with the parents about to move in? What's going on?
Yeah. Remember I said that she needs to watch Kiran before he ends up like Eugene?
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, Nick just said, I was just thinking, is there a huge difference between Marlo not being able to take care of her kids and Anila not being able to take care of her kids? You see what I'm saying? Like, so Marlo says she needs a break, and Anila has the kids and she needs a break too.
I think
there's a big
difference, though. There's a big difference.
Natural mother.
Anila birthed those children.
That's
those
right.
are Anila's children. Those are her God-given children. Marlo took her nephews in. There is a huge.
Well, no, the difference for me is, Curves, is that Marlo said to the kids, "Get the F out." Anila is just saying, you know what? Anila is just saying, listen, I need help. Mommy and daddy got to come here and help me out. Okay, because they just too much. So that's one of the major differences for me. Pretty Me Jay, thank you so much for the super chat. I truly appreciate it. Dr. Jackie is the shadiest of them all. She's shady boo.
She's shady boo.
Shady boo.
She's trying to fit. I was going to say lastly too about
church lady shady. Church lady.
I was going to say about Anila's.
But you know what? I love is Dr. Jackie's church lady shady. I love her.
Well, yeah, she's good. I was going to say about Anila's mother. I was going to say she's giving me a little bit of Dorothy Dillard. That's what she gave me a little bit. Come up in there, try to take over like Candace's mom. Come up in there, just take over the whole house. That's what I think that Anila's mother is sort of giving that vibe.
Yeah. No, and listen, with Dr. Jackie too, is she kills me. She's good with forgiving Dr. Heavenly, but everybody else, she held grudges to the bitter end. She held a grudge against Mariah because Mariah said something about, being a mother and having babies, and because Dr. Jackie didn't have any kids, Dr. Jackie stayed pissed with her every season that Mariah was on there. She never forgave Mariah. And what's the other one? What was that season? The one that was
Buffy.
always crying, huh?
Buffy.
Yeah,
Buffy.
Buffy
Oh.
just wouldn't forgive Buffy at all. She's a grudge holder. She's shady boots, and she's definitely like, I'm smart. I'm an OBGYN, and I do this, I do that, and all of your peasants are down below me. Anyway, with Dr. Jackie, okay?
But to me, that always makes that is so incongruent with her being woman empowerment. So if you're woman empowerment and you're uplifting people, honey, you can't hold a grudge against your fellow sister.
Hello. I agree with you.
So that was always what I had an issue with her. I like her. I think she's beautiful. I love her marriage. I love all her stuff. But that was the one pet peeve with me, that she was just a shady and grudge. Oh, church lady, Lord. Oh,
yes.
BJ is dirty. She is dirty.
She said,
"That's a dirty
peppermint." Shady passing out dirty peppermint, acting innocent. You said dirty peppermint.
Yeah, I love
Dr. It's dirty. I can't.
Y'all are hilarious.
That was a good one. Do we dare go here? Contessa, come on now. With this darn trainer. And that scene was so unnecessary.
Oh my
with
God.
The trainer in the middle plant, and then her daughter coming downstairs. Come on, Contessa. This what we doing? I mean, I know you needed a scene, but this what we doing?
And then Diva, the guy looked horrible in the pink and blue. I mean, he looked at.
I didn't even really.
I like the terry cloth sweatsuit personally.
Look good on him.
I didn't hear you say it again.
I said I liked his terry cloth sweatsuit.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. I ain't got no problem with him. Wait, Dr. Jackie fiasco with Buffy. So today I can't comprehend why and how that happened. Besides, Dr. Jackie must be Dr. Jackie just being downright vile. Sorry. Yeah, Dr. Jackie's messy. She's messy, but she tries to act like she's the voice of reason in the group. She tried to act like she's the voice of reason in the group. So you like the terry cloth sweatsuit? Listen, I didn't really have no problem with him. My whole problem with was just the whole scene wasn't even necessary. Okay, and especially because he gave you the meal plan, but now you in Vegas eating mashed potatoes.
Child, mashed potatoes and drinking down wine and cocktails.
Yeah, you didn't do nothing. And she thought she was gonna be good. Dr. Jackie don't want no smoke with Dr. Heavenly. Thank you, Misbehaving is Fun. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Yeah, she don't want no smoke with Dr. Heavenly, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, y'all are all messy with the trainer. No, the trainer was messy. Okay,
the trainer was messy himself. I'm not saying he did not. And look at the suit, how it was fitting on him. I mean, all them bulgy muscles and.
Don't be mad at the mother.
No, I'm not mad with the muscles. He looked like Terry Crews if Terry Crews had a fight, and it was like this.
You saying the sizing of his sweatsuit was a little off? He wanted to come on this screen and let you know he a trainer for real. He got the I don't know, the guns to prove it. I don't know.
We found in this episode one day he was a trainer. He could have came in like some loose clothing. I mean, he was coming to take her measurements, if that's what y'all want to believe. But that's what he did. And I'm just saying, Layla just came in and stopped everything that was going on. If Kevin was there, we probably had a whole nother storyline.
We would have had an OnlyFans.
Right.
Oh my.
Diva clutch your pearls, because that's what was going to happen.
Oh my. I know. He needed to sit down. Listen, the train, I don't think, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think she's going to be ready for this event here. And wait, I'm like, Dad, can you get my waist down to what her waist is at now? He's talking about, we got to get your waist down to 25. I said, 25?
And I mean, she got a 29.
Her thighs was already down. Listen, I want to just get where she at. Forget about the fitness show. I mean,
So
she
are
got to
y'all
get
really
down
buying
that
this
train.
fitness
Huh?
story? Like, are we buying this fitness story for
I'm
real?
quite
Like,
sure
we
it
buying
is.
this
Oh,
I'm
we
quite
not
sure
fitness?
it
buying
is
it?
real. I'm quite sure it is real.
We
I'm just
not taking
saying.
it too serious to be talking
But
about
hold
we
on,
No,
doing a
no,
right
fitness
you
here.
don't go
competition.
ahead. Let me tell you why we taking it seriously. Because we already discovered, right? Contessa, she got like 50 things on her bucket list. And every season she gonna do about 20 of them, right? Okay. First she had to go to doctorate school, then she had to go here, then she had to do this, then she had to do that. So this season, she done opened the practice, and now she about to be a fitness model. She just, Dr. Contessa, she looks good.
But
She
I
got
She
got
to
to.
look
does.
good,
She got
but
a banging
She looks
body
really
she
though. I
good.
can't
does.
lie.
Yeah, she does the most. So I am buying the fitness story, but I tell you what, when she get up on that stage, she better be ready. She
Mm.
better be ready. That's
I
all I
hope
know.
they filmed it. Diva, I
Yeah,
hope they
yeah.
filmed it.
Angel Eyes, you in the building. What's going on? What you want to add to this conversation?
Oh goodness, y'all are cracking me up about this. Y'all cracking me up because I didn't understand the scene, and I do agree the outfit was okay. Yeah, try again, but who actually takes you? But anyway, we can move it right along.
We're
Moving
gonna
right
move
along
right
next
along.
because
Yeah.
I didn't understand.
Okay.
I didn't
Yeah, that
understand the
scene.
scene. I didn't understand the scene.
Yeah,
It
but yeah,
was
it was. Yeah, I understand it either. Anybody else
yeah,
before we move on
but
want to
it
talk about Contessa,
but
Mm-mm.
it lost.
the trainer?
I think it's weird that her daughter feels the need to physically come between
Yes.
her and not only her dad but other men. Like there's some kind of something going on there where I don't know. There to be a fly on on the walls of that house would be really interesting because her
Mm.
actions are very telling. Because she
Yeah.
doesn't want her own parents to kiss, but also doesn't want mommy to get sized up for her fitness thing. And it's just I don't know. I kind of feel sorry for her. Like I'm like, oh, what's going on over there, darling? And then
Yeah.
Contessa, and he's still Contessa. I hope she does it, but this is also a regurgitated storyline. How many other franchises have we seen the women go be a fitness model for the season? We had
Right.
Teresa
Tamara Judge.
Dubuque
If you
and
watch,
Tamara Judge already
Right.
did this. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
hopefully she'll be able to go and come out a winner the way the other ladies did. But I'm kind of feeling like it's just something to do instead of talk about why she's still with Scott and mad at Heavenly.
And I would say
Mm.
this too.
Oh,
Well,
hold on now.
okay, okay.
Go
Go
off
ahead, Mel.
her.
Go ahead, Mel. Go ahead, Mel.
No, I was
Mad
going.
at
I'm
Heavenly.
gonna.
Go ahead,
I
Mel.
want to digest that for a minute. I was going to say that
Yes.
I think that Kurz made some good points, especially with Tamara. Listen, Tamara may be many things, but if you are a housewife on Bravo, nobody should attempt to do a fitness show. And after you saw Tamara, she did it fantastically. So
Yes, she did.
unless you're really, really serious, deadly serious about it, it'll turn out to be a joke. I think that
Yeah.
is a beautiful, beautiful lady. And I also want to say about her daughter. I think that her daughter's just clingy, beautifully clingy and adorable. She wants to be around her mom all the time. Maybe around the cameras too. I don't know. I don't find anything too suspect about it, but I just think that she loves her mom and is always around her, and they seem to have a loving thing. Even when she tried to put in a suitcase, that was a little
That was
cute.
cute.
So I just think that her daughter just sort of just loves being around. A little grown, probably just want to be in grown folks' business sometimes, but she just always want to be around her mom all the time. So. But
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure in that house they've had arguments and things like that. But I think that when a stranger comes in, I think she definitely wants to, be around her mom all the time. She want to know what her mother's doing at all times. I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just the aggressiveness for me. I just feel like she's just a little too. She reminds me so much of Contessa when Contessa, gets that outrage, like, like it's
That's her
just,
daughter.
yeah.
But then she's only doing what her mom does. She
Right.
only does the action that she see her mom. But I do understand what the gentleman just said because my niece is like that. Whenever it is she see her mom, she foot and foot behind her, foot and foot. If she missing, leave out. She trying to figure out where mommy, where mommy, where mommy. So yeah, I can see that. I understand that move. Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
I do too. She's yeah. And Layla is that daughter. She's that child that that's who she is, but it
Mhm.
is a bit much. And she's like, oh, go, here she comes. But question for Mel and Diva. Roa, married to medicine fashions, go to drum roll. Well, listen, both shows, the fashion is tragic. It's tragic. So I'm not quite sure if anybody can really win this. And I think that I'm thinking Married to Medicine is a little more tragic than Roa. Yeah, because all of them going to the airport, I didn't see nothing that was a showstopper. It was messy boobs,
Well,
right?
I'm gonna tell you, Diva, when you go now, you know when you get on the plane, you don't want to be half stepping, getting on there with your flowy Louis Vuitton dress and train going out. You want to be comfortable. You want to be able to move. You want to be able.
It depends on how long the flight is, Canelo. But you know what though? Here's the thing: you want to be cute, comfortable, okay? And sometimes you gotta be sexy, comfortable. But you don't be like, I rolled out the bed comfortable.
Right.
You don't do that. You don't do that. Because you never know who you might see in the airport, okay? Especially for
the diva, you might
should have been the only one there.
The diva, you might end up. Yeah, I was gonna say you might end up seeing Monique, and she might get you together and say, "Wait a minute, baby."
Why you got that head wrap on? Right?
My love, Mel is my love.
My love, okay.
No, my babies, my babies.
But let me say this: so Roa and Married to Medicine's Passion. For me, I would agree. I think that Married to Medicine's Passion is late. I think it's like 2012. And I think that when it comes to Real Housewives of Atlanta, it's too drag. I think it's just too big, too crazy, too over the top. But I like them better than Married to Medicine.
I think I'm leaning towards that with you too, Mel. And Obi, let me say this. Heavenly's bedroom, y'all gotta pay attention. Heavenly and Contessa have the same bedroom set. I swear they do.
They do.
I swear they do.
They've talked about it before on YouTube.
They have?
Channel. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, am I going crazy here? Yeah. Wait. Tabitha just said, if it's an early fight, hell no, I'm wearing my sweats. You can wear these cute sweats. These cute sweats. Listen. I'm not going to the airport looking crazy. I will not.
I've done it. Well, I'm a man, so I've done it. I've been to the airport.
No. If I'm traveling and they're flying, I'm gonna be hella cute walking sideways. Come on. I'm trying to tell you, be cute, honey. Yes. Wait,
but then the thing about
wait, hold on. Go ahead.
Okay, but the thing is, they are traveling. Come on, you are traveling to a whole entire new country. Then on top of that, you also filming. So I would think that you would want to look your best.
Come on, I'm trying to tell you, Angel Eyes. I'm trying to tell you. Wait, Dr. Love, you said Marlo is the truth with fashion?
No, she ain't.
You know what, Dr. Love? I don't even drink. You about to make me go find me some of that liquor that Dr. Are you serious right now? She's the truth with the fashion.
Dr. Love, no, she's not. Dorit
beats
her in fashion.
Just because you wear name brand, that doesn't mean that you're doing fashion.
Exactly.
The clothes can still be wearing you instead of you wearing the clothes. Well, now, does she have some good moments? Yes, she has some good moments. But
some good pieces.
I think Luann de Lesseps said it best. Even the best.
No, Mel.
Wait, hold on, Canelo. Let me
I was going to say Luann de Lesseps said even the best designers make mistakes.
So she sure did.
The shade.
She sure did. Go ahead, Canelo. What was you going to say?
I was just going to say no. The Reed beat Marlo in fashions at any turn of the dime. That girl walks out. She will walk out with name brand. She can even make a pair of plain jeans look fashion. What can Marlo do with it?
Barely fit into it, probably.
Just
okay. So we'll move on from Dr. Contessa and her trainer and his tight sweatsuit. Y'all didn't like his sweatsuit. And, y'all felt it was a little snug, okay?
Looking like a Smurf.
Oh, no, don't do the Smurf. Don't do the Smurf. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Oh, my God. You say he like a smurf. Oh my God.
You first. Right here, we would have some words. Don't you just
Wait, Ruth. Yes, Marlo is. She is brand name crazy. She is Fendi crazy. She sure is. Okay. She probably spends tens of thousands of dollars in that store on a regular basis. Okay. So Dr. Heavenly, and what is her friend name? Is it Audra?
Audra.
Oh yes, yeah.
Audra. Okay.
Love
So
Audra.
Audra comes over, and I guess they're trying to add her into our life.
I liked her.
You
I
liked
did
her?
too.
I did because you know what? When she came in, she was in a good mood. She was dancing, and I didn't find her being too extra. She wasn't really. I now listen. Dr. Heavenly is not my favorite, but in that scene, she was so cute. I just thought she had a good attitude. I like that lady. Now, Dr. Heavenly,
I do like Audra.
that her attitude was so nice. I really enjoyed her attitude.
So we liking. Okay, Mel likes Audra. Okay, the real estate attorney. Okay, okay, all right. Roy, how you feel about Audra?
I really, really like Audra. I feel like she's been in 3 or 4 scenes so far, and I feel like every time she comes in, it's just a natural vibe, good Zen energy. She just comes to have fun, and if she's came for it, she's ready to slap that whip back and write me back action.
I think so.
I like
think
her.
so. Yeah.
I love
Okay, all right. Curves, you liking Audra?
Love the addition, love the new energy, love her personality,
Yeah.
love that she's smart, love that she's still paying off her student loans, love that I love that she's gonna
She
be
is up
giving
and
Toya
coming.
what I love she's gonna be giving Toya what she came for.
Yeah.
And, yes, and I love her little twerky. And yeah, I think she's gonna be a really good addition. And you can tell that Toya's already vexed about it. So
Hold on. In 60 seconds, we got all this love for Audra. You felt all of that already?
You know what I think?
And then plus I already saw her on Dr. Heavenly's YouTube. So I was already
That part too. Yeah.
All right, then Heavenly Angel. Okay. All right, Angel Eyes. How are you feeling about Audra? Are you there?
I am liking Audra. Audra. And yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I said I'm liking Audra. I'm liking her. And I'm liking the fact that Toya is a little threatened and that she is in the tax bracket, she's a little higher paid than Toya, so therefore she is going to school her on how to spend your money wisely and not all this self-help that Toya likes to do.
Self-care. Toya likes to take care of herself. Yes.
You know, I'd have to take some of that self-care money and put it away just so that they could afford that $3.4 billion house that she will make.
I said, $4 billion.
I do remember she was on before. Y'all are very forgiving. I gotta give her time. I gotta see some more of her before I say I love her.
It's okay.
So I say I love her. I mean, I gotta see more of her. Okay. Canilla, how you feel? You feeling good about her?
I'm feeling good about Audra, and I'm gonna tell you why. Audra, when she first came in, the very first episode she came in, because she came to the Halloween party. She was really laid back. She's not, she wasn't there for the drama. She was drinking, having fun. Her husband, he was actually with the guys at the axe throwing thing. I forgot they was.
Oh, that's right.
They was somebody else too, and then because they had came. Oh, they was at Anila's party when
yeah.
So she's been giving out some good vibes. I love how she got Dr. Heavenly together. Oh, she got Dr. Heavenly together. Talk about Contessa might want to beat your behind, and she was like, "But I ain't got my behind beat up." That took me out. I was like, she got some good vibes right now. I'm not saying I'm gonna hate her right now. I'm giving her a chance.
I want you to hate her now.
No, I,
I'm just trying to figure out how we just got. Wait, hold on now. How did we just get introduced with her? We got to become friends with her. Then we got to like her. But y'all already love her. I'm just trying to figure out how we
I'm
went
just
from
loving the energy.
Yeah, that's
to
right,
we love
Camilla.
her.
Yes, that's Camilla. Yeah,
I'm
I think that.
just loving
So
the
for me,
energy.
Diva,
That's
you know what?
it. I didn't say I want to marry her. I didn't say I'm going to take her out on
Not
a
married
date
to
and take her
medicine,
to
right?
Paris. I just love the energy.
I
That's
just
all.
don't like it.
But you know what?
You
I
know
think
I'm messing with you. Go ahead
that-
now.
I
I
was
know
gonna
you
say,
know.
I think I'm fatigued. I'm fatigued with people coming on these programs being extra. So when somebody comes on as a breath of fresh air, said, "Listen, I know who I am as a woman. This is my profession. I'm here to come here." That sticks out bigger to me than people coming up there just shooting and going crazy. She came in. Now, mind you, she may be able to read and do something extra. As you had a wonderful interview with Miss Winter last night. You know, she came. So I think that she gives that vibe like, listen, I'm a nice lady, but if you try me, I will put you in your place. So for me, I like that because we get so many people coming to these shows. We have Diana,
You are correct.
Beverly Hills, and they just come on so strong.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I like them to come on a little subtle, but we get a little bit Diva. You'll be happy. Listen, if she cross us as a viewer, we'll turn on her quick fast. You know we will. Okay, you know we will.
Y'all have brought me in. You are correct. She's doing this thing right. Right. She's not giving us too much. Okay. All right.
She playing her role. She playing her job.
She's playing her role. I like her. Wait, Emmett said we're an easy lay, Diva.
Yeah, like you just said, Diva. Like Tanya did when she first came in. Tanya was bubbly, fun. Everybody loved Tanya.
That's
Tanya
right.
was the fan favorite of being a friend of the show until last season. But you know, she came in. She was in no drama except with the cookie lady. That was the only time you actually saw her get down, but she kind of fumbled it. But people love Tanya, and we still want her back.
It's Tanya time. Bring Tanya back.
I love
but no, Tanya ain't coming back because she ain't about to be. I have her reputation dragged in the mud over Bolo. So she ran for the hills, and we ain't never heard from her again. Okay?
Come on now.
Oh, thank you, Kurz. You know I love
Tanya
you.
was like, "I'm done. I'm done." Yeah. Okay. I'm so mad. Tanya is not on Roa. She added a different energy. She did add a different energy. Yes, it was definitely a different energy. Okay, so let's move on because we like Audra. We're giving her a chance. Okay, and Dr. Hemley also said that Tessa was her real friend. Okay, she did not mean to hurt Contessa. Okay, so all right, Dr. Hemley, if you say so. All right. So let's move on. Let them love her. None of the rest are lovable.
Pulling up on Dr. Heavily like that.
Wait, thank you so much for the super sticker. I truly appreciate it. B and BJ said, let them love her. None of the rest are lovable. You know what? I'm gonna let y'all love Audrey. Okay? Thank you for that. Yes. Okay. So we get on the plane. Contessa's late. But they get there. They all go to. They're going to Vegas, and so Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone have the presidential suite. I ain't mad at them. They got the presidential suite, and all of y'all go. Here go your room to your keys. I don't know. Go somewhere with that, right? Toya is messy. Now, are we going to say was Toya already drunk? Because I don't know why she came at Audra. I mean, it didn't make no sense whatsoever. Telling that woman that she's not a good lawyer. That was messy. That was shady. And it came out of nowhere. I wasn't understanding it. Let's talk about that scene and why she is so pressed about Jackie not drinking. What was going on?
I don't know.
That was made up. Toya was being so tight and so obnoxious. Now, mind you, I like Toya, but I think in that part, she has this bad habit. If she doesn't have a hobby or anything going on besides showing up in these scenes, she tries to make a moment when she goes to the scenes, which it becomes so annoying. So that's why we just had Audra. We said, okay, she shows up, she's authentically herself. I think that sometimes Toya is insecure about being around these very smart, accomplished women. So then she starts attacking them so she can have this issue where she become a victim and to say, well, you've hurt my feelings, and then go on. I'm like, girl, stop it. Sit down and drink your drink have a good time. Now the suite was beautiful, and I think because it was in the food. And you know what? When I watch TV and sometimes watch TV and see the food, sometimes I don't like it. That food looked tempting. It looked
it did.
So you know what? So for Toya to sit there and ruin that moment, even though Dr. Jack's not my favorite, I just thought it was very tired for me, and that's all I can say about that. It was just so stupid.
Yes, and Ruth, yes, that was my husband. Go ahead. Who was going to speak?
Oh, I said that I agree with him that Toya just wanted a moment, you know, because everybody else, all of the women, even Anila, has something to do. They make money. What do she do? But spend it.
Yeah.
You know, and she has nothing else that she could relate to. There's nothing else in her repertoire that she could pull out at the table to give other than, you know, really bad comments about people and, like he said, throw the rock and then scream, "You hit me!" That's all she could do.
Yeah.
That's all she could do. But just give a moment.
She was being real messy. Go ahead, Bria. What was you gonna say?
Yeah, I feel like I agree with the last comment that was up there. This is Toya's only show. You know, this is her claim to fame. She's been into it with everybody on the show. I feel like she thinks if I can get into it with Jackie, then that'll be a real standoff. But what she fails to realize is that Jackie is not going to feed into that. And this is the second time her like trying to come for Jackie. We did the same thing on the episode with putting the phone in the box. Like,
oh yeah,
why do we keep coming for Jackie? Like, what is your issue? What is your problem? Like, okay, you're a little drunk, you little, you know, whatever, but you not doing that to anybody else at the table. I'm pretty sure there was somebody else that you could have come for. And then when Audra snaps back at you, well, we're not there yet, but
so you can go ahead.
Okay. Well, I just think it was really crazy that just, you know, like Audra said, Jackie's making a choice. She doesn't do this. Toya's not new to the show. In the 9 years you've been on this show, how often do we actually see Jackie take a drink of anything other than some water? Never. So why is this even a conversation? Like Audra was saying, why are you coming for her? Like, pick on somebody your own size. Now here I am picking on you, and you don't have nothing to say other than I'm a bad attorney. Girl, you don't even know me to call me a bad attorney. It's giving, I'm looking for a storyline. I'm tired of looking broke, and I just need somebody to deflect my energy on so that I'm not the attention of being broke.
100%.
Well, let me tell you, she needs to stop spending his money to stop looking broke.
Well, that part right there. Curse, what do you have to say about this whole scene?
OMG. Toya. Okay. Excuse me, but to the ladies in the chat, would you ever wear booty shorts on a flight when all the other asses were just on that seat? But then you're gonna wonder why the lady has on a full freaking leotard. So first she started with Audra and her comments about what she's wearing. No, Toya, what were you wearing? The booty shorts are too bootying. You need to put some pants on and be relaxed. You know, it was crunchy in there. Anyway, and then Toya could be jealous of Audra because her husband looks like his peen grows when it needs to.
Wait, hold on, I missed that. Wait, hold on. What did you say?
I said Toya could be mad because Audra's husband looks like his peen grows when it needs to.
See, Toya, you gonna stop messing with people because you should have never said that about Eugene. And see, Eugene should be upset and pissed at Toya for even saying that.
That's right. Absolutely.
And I know I'm jumping episodes, Brother Royer, but it's not the first time she's talked about
it. That's true.
It's not.
And then also, so picture this. So Toya has been in the grace of Simone since the fallout with Buffy. And now that Simone is part of the Golden Girls again, of course, why doesn't Jackie have a drink? Because she's jealous that Jackie and Toya are talking. I mean, Jackie and Simone are talking again.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. I didn't catch that.
because Simone's not jiving with you the way she was when you plotted to ambush Heavenly. So she's kind of just like gonna pick on Audra because she's Heavenly's friend, and she's picking on on Jackie because she's Heavenly's friend, and it's all because she needs to do a lot more with her personal life instead of just want to be like this lady of leisure. And she can, hey, y'all, be leisurely if you can, but don't get on a television show and do it this way if you don't want me to say something about it. That's all I'm saying. You know?
Right.
So I think Toya needs to give it a break because she's coming off really mean girl. I mean, they wanted Heavenly to be the mean girl, but Toya is the meanest of the girls. Believe that.
Yeah. I mean, her whole energy was just off for no reason. I was thinking to myself, is she drunk? Like, what's going on? I wish Eugene had enough self-esteem to either lead Toya or force her to go to marriage counseling so she can stop talking about his package and stop spending his money.
That would have stopped day one.
She thought it was going to grow. I was like, she's very, but she's immature. And she's too old to be that immature, and she's raising 2 boys. And you have a husband that is really, he loves her. He loves her and he stands by her side, but she is going to drive that man into an early grave. She really is. Toya is mean without being funny. At least Heavenly is funny. You know what?
Yeah,
I can take that. I can take
that. Is true.
I can definitely take that. And you know how I get into Dr. Heavenly, but I can definitely take that. She's being mean and she's not funny. You came out of nowhere. What do you mean this girl is not a good lawyer? Like, get out of here. You ain't even seen her do none of her work. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I agree. She is disrespectful to Dr. Eugene. Yeah, she is disrespectful to Dr. Eugene. But if we got to go for the highest level of disrespect of a wife to a husband, it has to go to Monique. Monique is so disrespectful to Chris, it doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
Okay? That's a whole other can of worms.
We have to give it
with another trainer, honey. With another trainer.
Well.
I'm not getting them to that one. I'm not doing it. I'm not. We ain't going there.
Oh yeah, she sure did, Eugene. I forgot about that. Yes. Remember when she told him about his testosterone problem? You know what? Yeah, she's too much. Toya, and he's worried about somebody clowning him over moving.
That's right.
Your wife is the problem.
Toya has a bad habit of
that's why he's going off on everybody except her.
Yeah, Toya has a bad habit of always picking on the new
people anger.
And also picking on the people who she feel are vulnerable. And that's what she has to do. So, because when Anila came in, that was supposed to be her friend that lasts about 2 seconds. Now, this lady comes in with Heavenly, and she's the new person to tape. But this is the hazing thing, and I think that anytime the people are down and out, or pushed to the side, like Lisa Nicole or Mariah, she just does that. She has a bad habit of always sort of, doing that sort of thing. Oh, wait a minute, Lord have mercy.
What is your degree?
Yeah, Tabitha, you ain't right. Where's your degree, Toya?
I think her degree is still in her dreams. That's where it's at. It's not anywhere else. It's not on the walls. It's not in the books. It's in her dreams. That's what the degree is.
But on the wall of her old
But I'm gonna tell y'all, don't forget, Mel, you forgot. Contessa actually was Toya's friend when she first came on. Don't forget that. She was her friend, and they bumped heads to hold the same season that she was supposed to be her friend.
Right.
So everybody that comes on as Toya friends always turning their backs on her.
Except for Carrie, that lady.
Oh no, she said Carrie's on ice right now. She did say that.
Oh damn! Wow.
Well, even her and Mariah had issues that first season, and they were supposed to be friends supposedly. So
yeah, you know what? I'm gonna tell you this hands down. I really wish that everything that went on with Nene towards the end would have never went on, because Nene, hands down, is definitely one of the top housewives of all time. She gave us some really, really great moments, and it's really sad and it's a shame, the demise of her end. And she's still slinging mud in these streets, because she says she has recordings of Andy I don't know what these recordings could possibly say, but again, in my opinion, I mean, unless it goes down like it did for Monique, the comedian, where now she's getting a Netflix show, whatever. Usually when you sue somebody like a company, it doesn't go well.
Right.
It really doesn't go well. Go ahead, Mel.
I agree with you. I think that this is what I think what Bravo is missing so badly is that we may not always agree with these divas, and I'm gonna use the pun. We're talking to a diva on this channel, but we're talking about the divas of Bravo.
Right.
But I think that we may not always agree with them because I don't always agree with Nene. But what I will say is she was a comedian at Shade. She made that show very funny and popping. She was not always right. I didn't always agree with her. Mariah too was very funny when it came to shade. So people can throw shade. It could be nasty or it could be funny. These ladies were very good at throwing funny shade. With the Beverly Hills, we had Kim, who was kooky. We needed her over there. We needed kookiness. So we need to laugh, is what I'm trying to say. When we watch these shows, we don't want to be angry or tired or bored. We want to laugh. We watch them, and they just took away the laughter across all the platforms. Everybody that made us laugh, like Nene made us laugh. I mean, I'm watching her memes all the time with her walking into Kenya's house in the white refrigerator.
Oh, that was hilarious.
I mean, I watch it all the time. So we need laughter. They took away all the laughter of all these shows. Now we have good shows going on, but we don't have the strong laughter anymore. I don't know when the last time I laughed when I watched Atlantic Housewives. Like.
But you have to remember, Mel, Nene did this to herself. She's the one that blackballed herself.
I was blaming because I can't stand them.
See, the reason why it's her fault is because
she black.
No, Curves. I wouldn't even bring a racist at this. It wasn't even about race. It was not about race. No, the thing is, the reason why Nene blackballed herself is because when the whole thing was going on with Mariah. Now you have to remember, Nene never said anything about Andy being racist until she was not getting the money that she wanted. Nene went from season 1 all the way up to season 11 without, with getting what she wanted. She had specials on Andy's show. She was the only housewife that could actually tell Andy who he wanted, who she didn't want on the show, and they basically would disappear. I mean, she had a little bit of power, but why all of a sudden now, when you don't get what you want, he's all of a sudden racist? And now you want to sue everybody because they pushed you off the show and kept filming without you.
I agree with you. I was going to say that's my point. I agree with this. I was going to say, Canelo, you know what? Women and men in Hollywood have won Oscars, but when things were revealed that how they got to that stage was all this corruption and touching and Me Too movement stuff going on, I think two things can happen at once. You can be beneficial and you can be successful with your career with the person who may be doing these sort of scandalous things behind the scenes. As Kathy Griffin said. If anybody read Kathy Griffin, you know what she said about him with the cocaine and all,
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that I stand here and say I know Andy is shady. He's the shadiest person on Bravo. I believe that. Do I think that Nene is right? No. But I think that for me, I'm always going to point my finger at him. He is totally messed up. And I think that in business and the entertainment business, sometimes corruption is there. People benefit, and then when they part ways, they go, you know what? I don't got to deal with your BS anymore. I'm gonna let everybody know, like Kathy Griffin did, what you really are. That's what I feel. I think that two things can happen at the same time. I don't agree with Nene all the time, but I think that Andy is definitely he's terrible.
He has some dirt. Hold on one second. Let me read this. Right. Monique doesn't emasculate Chris as much as Toya does. Monique emasculation is a little more subtle. Subtle?
She said the man don't give her what she needs. She said she's looking for something else in a man.
For at least 5 to 6 episodes on Love and Marriage DC, she beat him down with a stick, okay? Threw rocks at him, bottles at him. I don't even know how he survived. I felt like he should have been in the ICU for a couple of weeks. We might not agree with Dr. Heavenly, but we'll never hear her disrespect Dr. Damon. You know what? I'm going to give that to you.
Yes.
I'm going to give that to you 100%. Yeah. I will give that to you 100%. I can do that. Toya has no ambition and she's not so smart. Even Quad tried when they were friends to counsel her on their taxes. She sure did. She sure did, Ruth. She said and reduce her spending. She needs to be smart and start some business. Even heavily agrees. Is that what you were trying to say there? But yes, I will give you that. She sure did. People have tried to help Toya, but she doesn't want to be saved. Okay, she doesn't want to be saved.
Diva. As long as she's sitting there on Eugene to work and putting him in early grade, she don't care.
Let me tell you something. Well, you know what? Eugene is partly to blame for this, right? When you want to spoil somebody to the point where they don't even respect you anymore, you built up a monster. He built up a monster. He allows her, because listen, after I would have had to do doubles and triple shifts to pay off those taxes, you better believe she would have never had control of that checkbook ever again.
Never.
Okay. And I would have never, even if I would have bought that house, she wouldn't have had no 2-floor closet. She wouldn't have had this massive pool. And the kids, they can go to a private school, but they're not going to no $30,000 a year school. You bet, come on, stop. And you want to go play tennis all day. Who does she think she married? She thinks she married an NBA player.
She thinks she married to Denzel Washington.
She thinks she married Jay-Z. That's what she thinks.
Jay-Z, I'm trying to tell you. Okay, just because Nene didn't want them there doesn't mean she has the power, because Cynthia said to her time was up. Just because Nene didn't want them there doesn't mean she has that power, because Cynthia stayed till her time was up. I see what you're saying, but see, here's the problem I have yet. Listen, everybody, we all going to reap what we sow. And let's be clear that I can tell the truth. I like Nene a lot. But the truth is that every time she went on Watch What Happens Live, she would joke about who should get fired, who should no longer work there. And Cynthia's name came out of her mouth on a regular basis. So now she wants to cry about these tapes and how she got all of these people on their jobs and everybody should be thanking her. Well, what about the people that you took away their job, or you put their job in jeopardy, so to speak? And even Lisa Wu is salty. She's very salty about Nene never asking to bring her back. So it's a little messy. She has done some dirt, but I do still feel bad for her, but she has done some dirt, and she is definitely reaping the benefits of all the seeds she planted herself.
And that's all I'm saying.
She has, right? You're right, Diva. He should have put his foot down. No moving is going to happen, and stay at their house and reduce spending and let her get some business going. Absolutely. Listen, as a wife, when you don't even you see your husband is struggling and you want to turn a blind eye to it, and come on now, do you want to kill this man? I mean, it's just crazy. Team Nene and Cynthia isn't an angel.
Well, we knew that. Trust me. Look at Ultimate Girls Trip. We knew that.
Well, yeah, but Nene was a menace. We gotta even if you team Nene, you gotta agree. Nene was a menace. She was a menace. Nene was always saying that, but she doesn't have any influence on what actually goes down. People didn't understand this. Obi, I love you. But
I understood.
But let's have a conversation, Obi. Here's the thing, right? If I'm constantly putting in the boy's ear that you're boring, that you need to go, that's messy, boots. That's messy. Nene definitely made her bed. Yeah, she made her bed. So listen, guys. Wait. Everyone knows that Cynthia was no angel. Well, what did Cynthia do, y'all? What did my Cynthia do?
Baby, look at Ultimate Girls Trip. I'm telling you.
Yes.
Look at Ultimate Girls Trip. You will see.
Go ahead, Curves. You want to say something to me? Go ahead, Curves.
The only reason that Nene kept saying that Cynthia should go is because she was as boring as Candy is now.
Oh, whoa! I was not ready for that.
I gotta clutch my headphones.
Come on, Miss Curve.
Come on now. See, you know what? Y'all got to back up off of Candy. Y'all get on with this Candy. Excuse me, Candy is worldwide. She is not foreign, okay?
She's worldwide.
Candy is worldwide. And listen, and Candy. No, listen to this. Candy got them darn shirts out, okay, saying B, I'm worldwide, quicker than Sheba Sheree can even get a pair of joggers on the market.
Thank you.
So Candy is the GOAT. Candy is everything, okay? Okay, she's about her business and she knows how to do it. They talking about bringing curves. Y'all better stop. Oh my God, Miss Vicky, you said worldwide.
Oh, Miss Vicky, the shade.
She by the way, come on now.
About Candy. Candy Burris is an excellent, phenomenal businesswoman and human. All I'm saying is that from her first time on the show, ever since her fiance got that time, remember she was dating that AJ dude and he got off.
Yeah.
Mama Joyce kind of had to come and pick up the slack ever since then. Amen. And what is Candy really? Yeah, she got married to Todd. Even that was boring. You know, her and Todd at the place at the beach, that was boring. I'm just feeling boring, but it's okay because we don't expect a lot from her because she's so freaking boring, and that's all.
My God.
But Curves, you got to. But Curves.
Candy's a nice woman. That's all I will say. But she got to admit,
she brought it home to Marlo's behind this past.
Yeah, week. Look, we had to get to season 13. We had to get to season 13 for her to start coming up with this kind of stuff. Really?
No, Curves. I'm sorry, because in season 1 she got in Nene's behind.
Yeah, come on,
season 1.
Yeah.
Or season 2, she got in Nene's behind when she was trying to cover her. And she said, "You better back it up. I get to start blowing up on your ass."
And then she did season when they was up in the hotel, season 6, when they did the pillow talk.
Yeah.
You
know what? I would say Candy. Listen, Candy on the show
every week, every episode. So you named 3 times that Candy brought.
Oh no, that was
no. I would say
okay. Wait, hold on. Time out. Mel, go ahead. What you got to say, Mel?
I was gonna say that this is the thing. I agree with Curves. Candy is boring, but she's also a fighter. So the thing is, just because she knows how to fight and she knows how to throw down, she knows how to get down together, don't mean that she's an entertaining and compelling person on TV. So that's what I think is happening with Miss Candy. But I would say I like her as a woman, and I think she's a wonderful business person, but she should not be on TV. But when it comes to Nene, I was going to say this. I don't think the woman is right. All I'm saying is what's good for the show, honey. What is good for the show? And I think that's
good for the show. I'm sorry. Thank you, Tabitha. Because Candy is worldwide. Thank you, Tabitha, for that. Lee, you being disrespectful now. You never heard that Candy and Sushi joined Bravo.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
I used to play that all the time. Candy is worldwide. Lee, what are you talking about? You never heard of her. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's what I'm saying about Nene thing. I bet she was asked a question. Same thing. I think the problem is people's questions because people get way more upset with the answer than the question. But I was told never ask a question you don't want the answer to. So if you ask a Nene a question on a show like Watch What Happens Live, who needs to go, who needs to stay, and then you mad about the answer, then don't ask the question. Please.
Okay, now but Curves, who asked the question? That Shady Andy, honey. That shady Andy.
Yes, that's the question. Andy did it, or a caller or something.
Yeah, but who screened the calls? Andy did. So Andy.
Come on, Mel. Come on, Mel.
Always said that Ken was good for the show, even though her and Ken don't get along. She always admits what's good for the show. Yeah. Okay. So when she answered that question about Cynthia, it was an honest. She wasn't trying to get her fired. She was saying what's good for the show. What's the problem with that? And then y'all are on my girl for speaking truth to power. How many of us melanated humans have had to work in an environment where every day we're up against the microaggressions and stuff, and we still have to cash that check on Friday because we got bills to pay and mouths to feed, and your girl likes
But Curves, guess what? But Curves, did Nene help Cynthia out? Because after she said that she was born, was she up there fighting on the boat with Portia? Maybe she decided to turn up.
See, so she helped her out.
Maybe she helped out.
She helped her out because she did try to kick her cooter that time.
Maybe Nene was helping her out to turn up. Maybe that's what she did. She said, "I'm boring, so I'm gonna come up here." And
and then you're right. So she was always thinking about the show. And then also, though, I think if your boss doesn't want to get called a racist, then he shouldn't do racist stuff. Amen. That's what I think. I don't think the problem is saying your boss is a racist and not expecting to work again. I think that there's retaliation in that in most HR departments, it's illegal to retaliate against the person that says they've been discriminated against. So I'm not sure why everybody's like, oh, she blackballed herself. Oh, no, she followed the HR protocol. She went to their ass and she talked about her problems. They didn't do nothing. And now she's going to write a tell-all.
Okay, so hold on 1 second. Lovely, thank you so much for the super chat. Marlo is making Miss Worldwide earn that check. Y'all need to stop, but thank you. I do appreciate it. Come on, Obi. I'm trying to tell these people right now. Let's not minimize Candy. Let's not do that. She's worldwide. Thank you so much. Okay, Leah, you talking about preach. So let's deal with this Nene situation for 1.2 seconds before we get out of here. Let me say this. Here's the thing. You have some type of responsibility, and I get it. It's hard, and no matter how much money you make, you need your money, right? So you're working though, and you was the queen bee. So she was the number one guest. The number one guest. She went on Watch What Happens Live more than anybody. Miss Nene Leakes, right? Out of her own mouth, she said she chipped in for Baby Blue's baby shower, okay? For Andy's little son, before he was born, she chipped in for that baby shower, okay? So here you are, you saying that somebody's racist. Now I'm gonna tolerate you on the job, because I got to do that. But after hours, I'm gonna do me. I'm not going to drinks with you. I'm not chipping in for your bridal shower, your bachelor party, you to get a new pair of shoes. I ain't getting involved in all of that. But at work, I'm gonna be civil with you. Yeah. So my problem I'm having with her is you did all this other stuff. You keep and ha-ha in his face on Watch What Happens Live. You was the number one guest. You was the number one paid housewives, not just in no black show, out of all the shows. You got the biggest check. You bragged about how you was getting the biggest check out of all of them, and you was paid. So that's the problem I'm having with her. Do I disagree, or do I believe that stuff went down there that wasn't right? Oh, I believe it 100% because it happens every day. But do I think that she was so wrong to the point where it was unbearable? Not really, because you named Kim, right? But then you keep keyed and ha-ha in Kim face. So when it comes time to get a check, she good. Mm-hmm. She good. All is well. She could turn a blind eye to all the bad stuff. But now that she's on the outs and she's not getting her check, she want to tell us about all the indiscretions that happened. She want to tell us what happened in the break room. She want to tell us when the producers tried to trip her on the floor. She want to tell us, how Andy called her this, that, and the other. Well, Nene, I don't really want to hear it. And now you want to tell us about the recordings you got. But you probably had those recordings when you was cashing those Bravo checks. Remember? She was cashing Trump checks. She was cashing those Bravo checks, and all was well. That's all I gotta say about that. So we'll go around. We'll hear the last thoughts about this episode, Nene, or anything we spoke about, and then we're gonna close out. Okay, we're gonna close out. Mel, what is your final thought?
Well, first off, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stick to Married to Medicine because this is your channel, and I want you to have the last word on Miss Nene, Miss Diva. So now I'm gonna go down to the Married to Medicine. I think that it was a cute episode. I enjoyed Audra, and Toya was annoying, and so was her husband.
You know what? Dr. Eugene, he showed us a whole other side. We saw his slip. His slip was hanging. His slip was hanging big time. He was all in his bag of feelings.
I think so. Yeah. And I think he needed to maybe go to a hormone doctor to check his testosterone, his all that other stuff to see what's going on, to get better mood, maybe not work with the COVID patients no more. But
maybe Toya didn't give him his testosterone.
I'm telling you, something went on.
His testosterone was definitely low at the Halloween party in the axe throwing event. Yeah, he needs a prescription. He needs a prescription. We're gonna give him a prescription, and we're gonna give him 500 milligrams 3 times a day because he needs it. Yes. And wait, let me just read this real quick. Lovely, thank you so much for the super chat. That's my problem with Miss Nene Leakes. Okay, that's my problem with her. She messy. She full of it. Thank you so much for the super chat. I truly appreciate it. And Mel, that was a nice recap to close that thing out. I love it. Curves, it's on you. What do you want to say?
Okay, well, I'm gonna do what Mel did because I could go on about this Nene thing for days.
We know we did.
Okay, and I have a lot more to say about it, but so
Okay.
my other show, Married to Medicine, and Heavenly Angel and all that. I'll
Yes.
give the episode a good. It was a nice little episode. I like it. It was an 8. I like it because all the ladies, the Golden Girls, got back together. And
Okay.
because we got to see more of Audra and got to see Toya Bruin. And I love a good travel trip. And when you learn what not to wear on a flight that other
Yes.
people have been sitting on, that everybody else sat on those seats. And just overall, I like the direction that it's going in. Now, I will say that for Contessa to be so upset about the wig thing and then start wearing all these wigs is really like interesting. I'm like, okay, Contessa, confused much? But anyway, I liked it. And Nene, can we do a couple days on Nene? We could do a stream for 3 days about the ins and outs of discrimination in the workplace and how much Black people have to endure for a check and how silent they have to stay and how much losing you have to do and whether or not it's on or off. At the time she was, oh yeah, I said I'd pick one. Never mind. The show was good.
No, you know what? Maybe we have to add a Hot Topics Day to the lineup. Because we end up getting a lot of hot topics mixed in with some of our subjects, and it is really interesting. And listen, Curves, I do not disagree with you. You are correct. You have to stay silent in a lot of situations. But you know what, like that, what's that Kenny Rogers song? You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run.
And know when to walk.
I love that song too. That is my favorite. I love that song.
Come on, y'all. Yeah.
At the table.
I love that song.
When the deal is done.
When the deal is done. Yes.
Wow.
So I think she just played her cards a little bit wrong. And let me tell you this, honestly, she is dealing, everybody is merged now, right? So it's not like you just suing Bravo and Andy. You're suing NBC, and I'm making stuff up now. ABC, Peacock, like they're all together. They're all in bed together. And listen, even if, let's take out the color thing for one moment. If, it's me and Canelo and you suing him, you ain't going to get no job with me. Now, I ain't going to, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because that's my boy, right? So what she's saying is, they're blocking her, but you're getting blocked. It has more to do with just the color thing. It has to do with the Old Boys Network. And that's our boy, Andy. And if you did him dirty, we ain't got no love for you over here. I'm sorry.
What about Andy doing her dirty? You know what I'm saying?
But I don't disagree with you on that.
Out in the fields pulling the cotton, but Massa gets the pass.
Well, no. Kurt, you know what? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, if we go on this level right here to keep it maybe just simple for, even though I know this is not a simple situation, but if we keep it simple for 1 minute, me and Canelo are friends, right? He called me up and he said, Curbs is suing me. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
He's suing you? I'm like, well, she ain't good with me either. She ain't good with me either. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm good. I'm good. And then your application comes up, and I'll be like, Canelo, guess what? Oh yeah, her application came up. I threw it in the trash. We good. You understand? So what I'm saying is that even back, I tell people, even be careful, not because you're not right, but because the greater good, I like to call it, right? Mm-hmm. I tell people, be careful on how you leave the job, because unfortunately, the world is so small. You never know who knows who and how this may come back to bite you in the booty, even though you are correct. Just go ahead, lead the right way. I'm a firm believer of, even if you don't retaliate, that person is going to get what's due to them. Their day is going to come. Right. Their day is going to come. So I'm just saying that she should have moved around this a little bit differently. She should have moved around this the way Mariah did. We knew Mariah sued, but you ain't hear the dirty details of it all.
And her name is still on the show. But can I say this too, Diva? Not to talk about the Nene thing, because I I was going to say this. I also look at it this way. If you were in a bad relationship, not an abusive one, but just a one that was just terrible, and
Right.
you set yourself up to leave it, once you leave that relationship, you're not going to go back to it. So I think that for me, what I think that what me you talked about on Sherelle World a long time ago with Monique, I love Nene. I'm saying as a viewer, I want her back on my TV and want her making the jokes. But with Nene, Monique, or whoever you are, what I would say is live your truth. You know, burn down the house, do whatever you want to do. But as long as you set yourself up so good on the side that you never have to go back to the people that gives you a pain
Right.
in the pain. So I think that what she's saying also is that she's trying to do something new, and as you said, maybe his brothers or his business partners are sort of like, oh well, you had an issue with her, even though we as viewers know that Andy's crooked than anything else. It's
Right.
not right, but it's the reality.
Right.
I don't like it. I personally like it. I'm a fan of her, but I wish this is what I would say for her. I wish that she set herself up a little stronger before
Yeah.
she put in the lawsuit, because that means that if it worked out or if it didn't, she was still going good. She would never have to complain about anything else again. So I think that
Right.
when we expose people, we have to know that we're doing it for good. It's a one-time thing. You know, that's it. We only get one chance to expose somebody for what they've done wrong, because I think he did do wrong. But you got to, like Mariah, you got to make sure you got to make sure you're on point in the back end. Just like a relationship. Once you leave it, you're never coming back. You're good. You got a new career. You got a new house. You're good. But you still want to get them because they did you dirty. You know, you can't have
Right.
it both ways, basically.
Right. You
But I
can.
love Nene, so you know.
I
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
agree with what both of you are saying, and I subscribe to a lot of what you said. I just am just so it's
I
just
know.
interesting
I know.
juxtaposition for me, because IRL we go through this, and IRL we have to deal with it, and IRL we have to wait, and IRL she did wait. She didn't get asked back. She was in negotiations for a long time. She didn't come right out the bat and say they did this, this, and this to me. She said they weren't treating her well. She alluded to certain stuff. She, for about a year, she strung us along. And even her fans were like, just say something already. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't ever put a word to it. And then when she did, everybody's like, oh, that's a word you're going to use, you know? But she did bide her time. She did attempt to wait. She did say, oh, all I want to do is talk. We heard her crying to please just talk to me. I just spent 12, 13 years with y'all. Just talk to me. But that's even part of discrimination and racism, is when the other people discount your existence to the point of not even acknowledging what you're saying. They don't even want to give you a chance to say it, is how much discrimination was going on. And that's why she took it to the streets. And that's why she brought the suit. Now, Mariah's situation is a completely beautiful, different situation, because she's a creator of a show, and she's like, you know, she's EP on the show. So she was having to move in a whole other way also, because you're right. The way she had to move was so she could keep her name on the stuff, probably. And so she could keep that money coming in. But Nene tried to mend fences. Nobody would talk to her. And then she finally told us what the issue is. And it's still a freaking issue. And we see it as viewers. Nobody gets a pass over there. And we just need to support each other, I feel like, in a real way. And that's the only way that we're going to elicit true change across all the working environments, is when you can come to a person and be able to sue a Canelo without a diva punishing me for doing my right of speaking up for myself, and trying to get the environment better for the next Black person, Chinese person, Mexican, whatever is coming through the door behind me. There's no reason I should have to tolerate Canelo for fear that a diva is not going to hire me. I have a right to speak up to injustice when it's happening to me, period. I'm sorry, I got a little emotional, you guys.
That's
No,
okay. I love your emotion, but let me just say this really quickly. If you said that Royer was the problem, right? Royer was part of the problem. He's in this lawsuit, right? You name him, right? He's part of the problem of why you had such a bad environment on the job, right? Okay,
Right.
so fine. But then you talk about every time you were seen and you said who should come back to the job, you said Royer. Okay. Then during the pandemic, here you are. You're on stage with who? Guess who? The one that you naming as the problem, Royer. So you have to play some role in your situation too, and not contradict your own words by saying this person is the problem, but every time I turn around, that person's name is coming out your mouth. You hugging that person, you good with that person. So you good with the problem, but you're not gonna be good with me. Make that make sense.
Okay.
It's like Contessa in Heavenly.
Place.
You've got a problem with Contessa, or you got a problem with Heavenly, but you always in her face, want to be a part of her fashion show, want to be a part of this, but you got attitude.
Y'all play games. But
it is a good analysis, though. That's
they
what
try to make me lose sleep. Yeah, I ain't fooling with y'all like that. But you know what, though? This conversation is definitely going to have to be a to be continued, because you know what, Curbs? I'm connecting with you in the sense that there's some mess that goes on at jobs, and people have to tolerate it because they need to pay their car note, they need to pay their mortgage, they need to pay their this, they need to pay their that. But I have told people plenty of times, right? In order to fight the good fight and have a chance of winning, I'm not saying it's right, but you almost got to be a pristine employee, so that when you walk up to HR, they're going to listen to you. Now, do I think it's right? I don't, but I'm just telling you that that's what it is. So when I was on jobs, when I spoke, because I didn't just loosely speak about every single situation, right? But when I spoke, they listened. But guess what? The price I had to pay. I never arrived to work late. I never just loosey-goosey called out sick, okay? But see, that's unfortunately the stuff you have to do when you look like me. So when you go speak, they're gonna listen.
Right.
And then change can happen. But if I was coming to work late, calling out sick every time you turned around, being a menace on the job, then I want to go say something's not right. The first thing they're going to do is pull out my file and say, well, yeah, that ain't right. Well, that happened because you always late. It's 365 days in a year, and you were late 52 times. You called out 17 times. You used, or they're going to do all of that. And so all I'm saying is that when we want change to happen, we got to be smart about it. But you can't do wrong and then want to say somebody else is doing wrong, and you want them to just write you. So it's a lot. We have to think about how we move. And when you speak, you need the right people to come speak. Did you know I've been trying to get at this man? You know the man that he got the union for Amazon?
Oh, yeah, dude, yeah.
Dude did that thing in a very smart and intelligent way. Do you know they said a whole lot about this man. They talked about him not being smart because I think he had gold teeth in his mouth. They came at him all kind of wrong, but guess what? He didn't go low with them.
Right.
He did not go low with them. And guess what the end result was? He got a union for those people. Right. That man also, when they was out protesting, he fed those people every day. He went around and got different restaurants to bring food to these people every day while they was on those streets, protesting or whatever the case may be. So I'm just saying that the way we got to make change happen, you can't keep doing wrong, and then expecting something to be right. Smoke, you're in the building late. They trying to make me lose sleep over here. But we got this passionate conversation. But Smoke, what do you want to add to the conversation?
Well, wait, why they got you up for sleep? What they say to you? What y'all doing to Diva?
Look, you better hurry up, Smoke. I'm hungry. I gotta eat. I ain't ate yet.
We're talking about the whole Nene Leakes situation, which I do understand, and how just in everyday jobs, people get done wrong, and we gotta speak up. And so all I'm saying is, yes, we do have to speak up, but you got to know how to do it. Because if you go about it the wrong way, nobody's going to win. But what do you want to add?
But with that, I mean, like Nene stood by for a whole bunch of stuff for almost 7 seasons while she was collecting the biggest paycheck on any housewife on Bravo, appearing on Watch What Happens Live, being Andy's, and I'm gonna say this with quotes, monkey on a leash, basically jumping where he says jump and throwing who she needs to throw under the bus. So how you cannot throw dirt or sugar honey iced tea on people and not think that's gonna come back to you. So I do not feel one bit of bad. I hope Nene gets her money from this apparently this legal thing with Bravo. But if as far as her work in reality TV or in the radio space or whatever, she should kiss that goodbye. Maybe she should go back down to Magic City and be like the mentor for the girls there, and maybe they will do well. But she's never going to be headlining or holding center stage or center on any Real Housewives series. So her and that stolen Nigerian or African she took from that woman, she needs to like make sure she saved up her coins, her stocks, her IRAs, her penties, her quarters, her silver dollars, and go off into the sunset. And that's all I got to add to the conversation.
Well. Okay. Again, I guess we need to do a hot topics because this is really a hot topic. I will see if I could squeeze it into the lineup. But tomorrow is Thursday. We will be doing our recap of Beverly Hills.
Awesome.
Friday, I may have an interview on Friday, but I'll announce that when the person actually really confirms, okay? And Saturday is going to be the day, okay? Don't miss Saturday.
Oh yeah,
party 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? We're having a party. We have a special musical guest because we're having the Diva Choice Awards. It's going to be hot.
Okay. Wow.
We're doing the Diva Choice Awards.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm trying to find a name for all the subscribers. If you have a name, I came up with the Gray Tribe, but y'all got to let me know how you feeling about that. What are we going to call each other? We need to know by Saturday, okay? So it's going to be the Diva Choice Awards, and we might, I'm not sure yet, I have to figure things out, but we might have one case on the docket, okay? We may have to go to court on Saturday. Now listen, why? Yes.
And I'm gonna help her with the litigants who's gonna be on trial too.
Yes, he is. And listen, okay, so we might stick with the Gray Tribe, okay? I think some people are liking that. So listen, before we get out of here, check out Canilo's channel, everyone. Go over there, like and subscribe, okay? He also has written 2 books so far. We're going to talk more about that, and you can get them on Amazon. And you know what, Canelo, throw that information in the chat and your channel so they know where to find you. Listen, guys, Curve, she did an amazing, her and Roy, they're heavenly angels. I guess, I mean, if you find an angel, throw an angel in the chat, whatever. We got everybody over here is welcome. So we got to welcome the heavenly angels, okay? They're in the building, whatever, okay? Whatever, they're here, but we do love them. We love them, okay? So listen, guys, Curbs has a channel also. Curbs, throw your information in the chat for me, please.
Okay.
Go over there, like and subscribe. She did a really good interview with Dr. Heavenly. And you know what? Here's the thing. Dr. Heavenly does have more to her than what's on the show. So I messed around, but there's another side to Dr. Heavenly. So check out that interview that Curbs did with Dr. Heavenly. You're really going to enjoy it. Go over there if you're not a subscriber already. Go over there, like, subscribe, and share. Okay. So yeah, check out Dr. Heavenly. Royer, you know I love you, right? I don't think you have a channel, do you? Yeah.
No, I just like coming on and talking to y'all.
Yes, and I love it, and we need you, and I love it that you're here. Smoke, I love you. Thanks for being in the building. You brought the heat.
Right at the end. I love y'all too.
Yes, you brought the heat. Let me cool off. Okay?
Come on now. Come on.
Gotta cool off.
Everybody,
right?
just get ready for next week's episode. It's going to be really, really good. I'm so excited to see how this room situation is going to work. So, their only room, is Dr. Heavenly?
Somebody has something going on. Okay, there we go. Okay, go ahead.
Is Dr. Heavenly Simone and Jackie sharing a room? Was that the understanding that everybody else had?
No, Dr. Heavenly
Or
is
the
not going to
suite?
be in that
She's in the
suite.
suite.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
okay.
She
She
will
got her
not
own
be in
room.
that suite. And Mel, listen, love you.
I love you too, Miss Cuba. It's always fun to come over here and cut it up and have a good time. You know.
Yes, 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 yes. All right, guys. Have a good night. See you tomorrow
Love
for
you
the
guys.
Bye.
Bye.